Hi all, very good morning to all, and myself Anup Matthew. I am the current chair for the awards and recognition for R10 Region 10. So we'll quickly have a overview of the current year awards and the key highlights for all of you. So we'll start with the awards. We have two awards this year, and the one for the IEEE YP or Outstanding All-Rounder Award, and secondly on that R10 YP Young Professional Outstanding Affinity Group Awards. So these two awards we have already started the registration on 31st March, and the deadline for the nomination to be submitted on 31st of May. So I think almost 1 month is over, and we have 1 more month to complete the nominations activities and the evaluation process timelines. Everything is being given in detail, and the award criteria details. Everything has been updated in our website, so you can go through yp.iee.org/awards page to know more about the awards. So this year we have two awards, and so we'll go with the key highlights for this year awards. So few of the key highlights is that nomination process enhancement we have made. So last year we don't have self nominations. So this year we introduced both self nomination as well as nominate by others. So this will be extending amount of participations to the award nominations we are expecting. Secondly, we expand the submission right for AG awards. Earlier, it was restricted to award YP chair alone. So now we have given the privilege for all the execom core execom members like chair, vice chair, secretary, treasurer to submit the nomination by representing their AG awards for their AG awards. Thirdly, on the nomination process enhancement, we have removed endorsement process completely from both the awards, and instead of that, we have added a reference option. How similarly we used to have in the resumes or the wherever we are being referring. So there will be a reference option you can add. So there is no mandatory endorsement from this year onwards. So these are the key updates in this reference. One more highlight is that you no need to refer any persons inside the IEEE itself. You can even refer a person who knows you or who is known you very well, or the areas where you have been working, or areas we are been contributing. You can nominate anyone, or you can add as a reference anyone over there. So these are the key highlights on the nomination process enhancement. Coming to the revised question patterns, we have a long question pattern previously, so we limited that to 6 to 7 questions, specifically focused on the contribution and impact which has been made. So questions are redesigned to understand the contributions and impact of the nominees, and also we have streamlined the response format too. So earlier we used to collect as a long response or essays or paragraph. Now we have concise into point based evaluation. So whoever is not good at writing long essays has a good benefit on giving their points or the things or the contributions they have made in a point base. So will be evaluating based on a point based evaluation this year, and we have completely redesigned our evaluation tool, and a new evaluation tool will enhance the transparency and efficiency of the evaluation process. And last but not the least, we have implemented a feedback mechanism this year. Whoever is applying for an award, they will receive an feedback from the judges, regardless of their selection status. Even if they are not being selected for the award, they will get a feedback, so that this will be a learning process for them to improve themselves and apply for more future applications can be done. So these are the key things, and a lot of more other things are coming up, but main key things are this. And this year we expect uh, a good amount of submissions from all the regions, sorry, all the area, all the ages, and also from individual volunteers too. So here is the submission portal link. So it is also being available in our website. When you are going to the yp.iee.org/awards, attend.org/awards, you will be able to see the award details and the submission link over there. So it's a clean and simple form for you to and enter add your entries and apply for the awards. So that's all for the limited time. And if you have any kind of queries, you can reach out to any of our social media handlers, or else we have an option to contact us to the awards committees in from the website itself. So you can drop us an email to there too. That's all for the key highlights of this year's award.
Moving forward, we have the very first speaker with us, Mr. Mr. Yashwant. He's the technical solution engineer in Databricks. He's the recipient of 2023 IEEE Region 10 Young Professionals Outstanding Volunteer in Industry. So I'm very honored to invite him over the meeting, and please, Mr. Yashwant, the stage is yours now.
Hey, thank you so much, Mohammed. I hope I'm audible loud and clear.
Yes, you are.
Great. So I really appreciate the efforts that are put in, behind the scenes to pull out this wonderful webinar. I would say I think this is the first time that we are, coming on board to talk about awards, to talk about fundings, and I really welcome this idea. I really liked it, and in fact, I didn't really know about the changes that has happened to the award nomination criteria, but I feel that the application that I submitted, that was submitted by me last year, is in line with whatever we made changes this year. So I really welcome that as well. Without wasting much time, let me quickly share my screen. I have few slides to present. Let me be really honest. I'm not going to bore you with all the things on the slide. I'll keep it short, and I'll make sure that it goes really well. Okay. So firstly, to talk about myself a little bit, I'm currently working as a technical solutions engineer at Databricks. It's a data and AI platform. Apart from that, I love volunteering at IEEE. So I'm the chair elect for IEEE YP Affinity Group Bangalore section. And I'm also the representative for ad hoc committees of IEEE EDSOC, Education Society YP Ad hoc Committee. And I'm also the youngest member of IEEE EMCC, which you might be knowing or might not, which is Ethics Member Conduct Committee. So I'm also the recipient of 2023, Region 10 Outstanding Volunteer in Industry and India Council Outstanding Volunteer 2022. So I've been associated with IEEE since 2018, and I've held leadership roles in the section, subsection, and also currently in the YP team of my own, section. So that's about it. The outline for today's talk is going to be these two things. One, how we can make a difference through IEEE, and how that difference can bring in, a lot more opportunities, like chances of winning awards in Region 10 YP. So to talk about this, I was really, preparing for this talk. And I asked few of my friends as to what is their driving factor to be volunteering at IEEE. So I had, asked this question for 6 IEEE friends, and I got, approx 25 different answers, to be honest. So what I thought, I would ask the same question to you here in this webinar. So what is that, that is driving you to volunteer at IEEE? So I have listed out few of the options or answers that I got from my friends here. If you want, you can use the same. And I would request all of you to go ahead, open this link or scan this QR code. You would be redirected to a page like this, okay, where you have to fill in three words. It can be something that is present over here, sorry. It can be something that is present over here, but if you have any other adjectives in your mind, you can also go ahead and submit it. Once you do that, just let us know in the chat so that we can continue further. This is nowhere related to anything that we are going to, talk about the awards or something. I just want to know what is that is driving you to volunteer at IEEE. So I'll pause for 1 minute. You can go ahead, scan this QR code or visit this link and just type in 3 keywords why you are volunteering at IEEE. Interestingly, what I observed from the responses that I received from my friends is that these are some of the common things that I observed. One person said that he is part of IEEE just to gain a new skill. And another person said that he is here to improve his CV and resume. So a few people replied saying that they are here to create professional contacts, just like we are doing today, right? So we are staying in the different parts of the world and we are connected over this webinar. And in future also, we are going to do the same. And few people responded saying that this is a sense of pride to them because we are more than 450,000 people in the world, right? This IEEE community is more than 450,000 people. And that's a sense of pride for all of us. It's a professional home for all of us. And few of them thought that IEEE is a good place to explore the other parts of the world. So I'm interacting with people from Sri Lanka. Aishwarya is from Singapore. So we are living elsewhere and we are interacting each other. So that is really cool about IEEE. And few of us will join IEEE just to keep ourselves updated. And the last thing that blew my mind was awards and recognition. And I didn't really knew that people will opt to be IEEE volunteers to get awards and recognition. And I would say that that is a byproduct of your contributions, right? So your contribution stays first. And as part of that, you might be awarded with a particular award or a recognition. So now let's talk about how to maximize your chances of winning awards. It can be any award for that matter, but as this is part of YP, we will concentrate more on YP awards. Okay, so why first before filling out any applications, let's understand why is the necessity to recognize any IEEE volunteers. So first and foremost, every one of us will be knowing that IEEE volunteers will not get paid, right? It is just a volunteering, thing that we are doing. So one important thing that why we need to recognize volunteers is to motivate and encourage them. And this also acts as an acknowledgement to your expertise. I'm not really talking about volunteering awards. For example, let's consider the IEEE technical awards, right? So these awards will act as an acknowledgement to your expertise that you carry. And it inspires others to be part of this program as well. Let me give you an example. In Bangalore section, many of us didn't really know about something called as VOLT, that is Volunteering Training and Leadership Program. So I joined or I graduated from VOLT in the year 2022. We received a cool, really memento as part of graduation. I just took a picture of that and I posted it online saying, this is there is some program called as VOLT and I was part of this and this is what I learned. In a paragraph, I just noted it down and shared it on the social media platform. So I really started getting DMs the next day asking, how do I get into this program? So what made you stand out? All these questions were asked to me, and I took a session on that as well. So I explained what are the things needs to be done and what will be the impact on your career after that. So in that way, that inspired many other folks to be in that program. And in fact, two of my friends who joined the session graduated in the year 2023, and that's really cool, right? So that will act as an inspiration to others. And in this way, we are attracting new volunteers as well. And apart from this, if you're working in industry or if you're an academia person, that will also help you in your professional development. So think about this aspect. So let's say you are a fresh graduate and you have joined the industry, okay? So let's say we have just 2 years of experience. Do you think you will get a leadership position in your organization just having 2 years of experience? Unless it is a startup, we don't really get it, right? So being part of IEEE will make that happen, right? I'm just having 2 years of experience in industry, but I'm leading a team in my section with 30 volunteers, 30 plus odd volunteers. So leadership is a skill that needs to be learned, and you can gather it by being part of IEEE. And that is another way of recognizing yourself, right? This is another byproduct that you're getting by being a volunteer of IEEE. So another one is celebrating diversity of contributions. So someone might be interested in spending their time in volunteering at humanitarian activities. Someone might be giving workshops on technical things. Someone might be interested in organizing conferences and so on, right? So there are a lot of other opportunities. So we need to celebrate that diversity of contributions made by the volunteer. And that is why we need to recognize IEEE volunteers. So these are the base for your applications. So keeping these in mind, let's understand what are the awards that we have at IEEE. So first one is IEEE Global Awards. I'm not really going to talk about this in detail, but you can visit yp.ieee.org/awards, and you will be seeing 3 different awards. They have their own criteria and so on and so forth. You can just go over them and understand what is the criteria for that. But the thing that we are really concentrating today is IEEE R10 YP Awards. As Anup mentioned, we have 2 different awards this year. That is R10 Outstanding Volunteer Award and this Outstanding Section Affinity Group Award. So this is the changes that were made. Really, it is really cool because I welcome them. I had a lot of time spending on the application itself. Because I need to review all these things. Previously, as I told you, like it was not self-nominated. Like someone has to nominate me, and I didn't really, to be really honest, I didn't approach anyone to nominate, and that was just because of the contributions that I've made. They really thought that I am a deserving candidate, and they applied on behalf of me, and. They knew the contributions that I've made, so they had all the things in place and they applied. But this year, I welcome this thing called self-nomination, where you apply for this award on behalf of yourself. So that is really cool. So to keep things simple, I have 6 pointers in place. First, when you're applying for any awards, like it can be Outstanding YP Volunteer Award or the Section of Affinity Group Awards, whatever I'm going to talk in the next 10 or 15 minutes, it is going to hold good for both of these awards, right? So the first one, check the eligibility criteria if it matches your profile or not. I'm talking about specifically about the YP Volunteer Award, Outstanding Volunteer Award. So check what is happening in the eligibility criteria. There is something called as large section, medium section for the Outstanding Affinity Group Awards. Check where your section affinity group really falls in. Based on that, you need to take a call and apply for that. So check all the details before in hand applying for the award itself. Next, make a note of all the things that you have contributed in a year or so. Review those, revise and repeat. So I call it as triple R. So people from India will be, knowing what is triple R rather than what I say. So each time when you review your document, so you will find something new. For example, in the very first follow through of your application, you will find some typos. You can recorrect them, and then at least have 5 to 6 rounds of review of your application, so that you won't really miss out on any things that you are concentrating on. The next thing is document your contributions. Whenever you're done with an event or a project, go ahead and document whatever you have done. As I told you, bullet points are preferred. And Anup also clearly mentioned this point in his presentation, that bullet points are preferred from this year. But this was already done by me in the previous year itself. So that I think that stood apart from all the other participants. So I have a document, a template that I follow for all the awards or recognition or sort of things. I'll just present that to you so that you can take a look at it. So this is what I generally follow. In the very first line, I'll give my contact details, the name, designation, and all those things. And in 1,000 words, I'll describe about myself. So what am I doing in profession? What is my contribution to IEEE? And what am I going to do in the next? Right. Let me zoom it a bit. And I have something called as key focus areas in my application. So I always follow three things in my, anywhere I go, I follow three things. That is, learn, grow, and share. So these are my key focus areas for my life. So I have that in these key focus areas. I'll make sure that is relevant to IEEE as well, right? When I'm applying for awards, I'll make sure those three, learn, grow, and share, will fall under IEEE for IEEE application. If I'm applying for anything else, I'll make sure that falls for that particular application, right? Next, I'll also talk about roles and responsibilities that I held during the last 1 year on different organization units. So I list on all of them, and I'll talk about what contributions I made as part of that role. It should not be exceeding more than a sentence, if you ask me, because a reviewer will have a tough time going through all the things that you enter, right? And I know that this is not a required thing. This is not at all required to provide in your application, but this really stands out. So this is kind of a CV or a resume for your application. Even though they have not asked for you to submit this, just upload this in your Google Drive, just attach it in your application, right? So if they want, they can take a look at it. If they don't want, they can ignore it. So in the safer side, you have all the details provided, so you don't have to worry about it. Next, roles and responsibility held outside of IEEE. So if you're working for any other non-profit organization like IEEE itself, you can list those details here as well. And talk a little bit about your achievements. For example, if you have won any awards in the previous year, for example, I also won YP Volunteer Award from India Council. So I mentioned that in my application. So similarly, you can do that if you. It need not be from IEEE itself. It can be outside IEEE as well. And this is where it takes a leap. So these things you cannot just follow the a document that I'm sharing. You need to be exclusive here, right? So let's say you have contributed more than for more than 15 events. If you ask me, should I apply all of them in the document? No. So pick 4 to 5 key contributions that you have made in the last year and make name that. What is that? What was that event all about? When was that held? And what was the impact that you created on for IEEE members and for non-IEEE members as well? So that will take a leap here. And if you have submitted that via V2s, get that V2 link. And also, if you have posted it online, get that social media link and place it here. And media coverage, for example, if you have taken any feedback from the participants, if you have done any event that is to be recorded, make sure to gather that, upload it on YouTube or any platform, get the link and attach it here. Or if you have taken the pictures, collage all the pictures and add it here under media coverage. So do the same thing for the rest of your projects as well. That will have a greater impact. As mentioned previously, the endorsements were compulsory, but this year this is not mandatory, as mentioned by Anup. But I think that is good to have. If you have folks or if you have mentors who are helping you in IEEE, get their consent and add their endorsements here, so that will have a weightage on your application. As they have mentioned, it is not mandatory, but it is good to have. If you ask me, I would still go ahead, approach few of my mentors and get their endorsements. That will carry a weightage. Now, coming back to my slide, the third point is done. That's about documenting your contribution. This is how you do it. So if you really want this template, I can send it over to the organizers. You can get it from them. Next, let's go to the fourth point, that is to reach out to the previous scholars. So to understand the criteria, if you have facing any issues, you can always reach out to the previous scholars, ask them, if what are the mistakes they have done. If you are very close to them, you can even get their application. Do not copy, but just understand what are the things that they have mentioned, how you can put your application in front of, right? Also, if possible, ask them to share their mistakes that they have done, right? I'm sure everyone makes mistakes. So what mistakes they have done, ask them and just recover that in your application so that you don't do the same mistakes. That is about the fourth point. And the fifth one is to build your answers really strong. As mentioned in the previous years, we were asked way too many questions to talk about why should I choose you as a recipient for this award, what makes you stand out. All those things were asked in the application. So make sure to draft the answer for those in a really good matter. And as really mentioned by the organizers, like word limit matters a lot. So if they're asking you to submit an application with a word limit of 500, make sure to do it below 500 itself. Do not really touch 500. Make sure to do it even before that, right? So word limit matters a lot here. And the last important thing is apply on time. I would not say on time. I would say before time, before the deadline. Let's say the deadline for this year is 31st of May. It would be good if you could submit the application by 25th of May or 20th of May by concluding all these formalities, so that you don't wait till the last minute, right? So you don't have to wait a lot. So when you're approaching for endorsement, you take time on that. So avoid the last minute rush so that you can apply on time. So that's about the sixth point. Now, coming to LORs, previously we had LORs, but this time they have removed it. But it is good to have. Always list all the contributions that you have done and send a copy of your application to the endorser itself so that they are aware of what you have done, right? So always reach out to people who are good to you and who are mentors to you in IEEE. Do not blindly approach anyone in the IEEE, and your contribution should speak a lot. So rather than you going and approaching them asking for the endorsement, your contribution should speak to them, and they should be really happy to endorse you at the end of the day. So make sure you have all the things drafted just like this document. Have a copy of that, share to your endorser, and so that they can look at your contribution and they can endorse you. And one key important thing is I have seen people they have formatted their application in such a way that they have made a note of some other projects, and in their endorsement they are speaking about something else. That should not be the scenario. So whatever the key points that you mentioned in your application, that should be in sync with what in the LORs that you are submitting. So that is why I always say, share your key points or the content or the or the contributions that you have made in the previous year to the person who is going to endorse you, so that they are also aware of it and they can pick that and mention that in the endorsement letter. Okay, so that's about LORs. Now, win or lose doesn't really matter. If your application is getting selected, congratulations, celebrate it, share it with your friends, share the recognition, leverage that award to for the further impact. Go ahead, step up, and start contributing in the regional level, start contributing in the global level. Next, deepen your volunteering involvement. Start getting involved in the section events, organize conferences. That should have a greater impact for the society, and that will also act as a source of inspiration for other volunteers as well. But if it doesn't, if it doesn't get selected, again follow the triple R. That is to review, revise, and repeat. Right? I hope I made sense in this slide. So that's all I had for this presentation. I knew that was a really short because I didn't really want to go much over and over again. If you have questions, please drop them in the chat so that I can pick them and answer it. But if you have any questions related to application, or it can be anything that is outside of IEEE as well, I'm happy to connect. You can always reach out to me over this email, or you can also ping me over my website. Thank you. I'll give back to you, Mohammed.
Yes, please. Miss Dr. Aishwarya raised her hand to ask a question.
If I can. Yep. Yashwant, thanks again. Brilliant presentation and wonderful points. I wanted to ask, how long do you begin preparing your application before you plan to submit?
That's a good question. Like, I follow, I'm a organized person, if you ask me. So whatever I do, I go back, I have a Word document that is created. I go and add all the things. Whatever I do in a day, I'll go back and document it. So if you ask me, that will help you a lot while filling the application. It never really for an award, it helps you in industry. It helps you in other aspects as well. So if you have, I'll just have to go back to my document, open that particular day or a complete year, and I'll get the details that I've contributed previously and pick all of them, and I'll see what important things to be highlighted in the application. Then I'll rephrase it and send it. But the first few things in the document that I share will remain the same until and unless I change my roles and responsibilities.
That's amazing.
It takes hardly 10-15 days to prepare for an application.
Plus
That's great.
coordinate.
That's a great question. Thank you.
Ashwin, although you have shared many things in your presentation, and but I want to ask, what is the one tip? There's a one tip you can give to our participants that this is the main point, and this is you should focus on this thing so you can. There's a better chances to win the award.
To
In
be
your
really
opinion,
the points that I mentioned in that document, the last point is project 1, project 2. What was your contribution? How it impacted two IEEE members and non-IEEE members? And if it is a generic event, that won't have a much impact. So if you ask me, I would concentrate more on humanitarian activities, bring in value to the people who are outside of IEEE. Pre-university activities, those will carry a lot of weightage, if you ask me, because uh, that is my experience as part of awards concerns. Um, and you need to make a paragraph, explain it in a way that it really touches your reviewer, right? So whatever the comments that you get while presenting, to give an example, I had an event, I conducted an event for differently able people in part of Bangalore. Okay, so we taught them how to use computers, what are computers, and how it can help them in their future. So one person really stood up and he mentioned that I want to become like you folks. That was really a heart-touching moment for all of us who were part of that volunteering activity, and that made us really cry in that point of time itself. So those play with the emotions, I would say, in the application. That's one tip. You have a lot of it all depends on your thought process, how you put in your work.
yeah, and another thing I want to ask for the participants, like I'm also part of an industry. I work in the industry. Does my industrial project or industrial contribution can help me for the winning or for the award, for the YP award,
The
for the
answer
process? Yeah.
The answer would be yes and a no at the same time. If you ask me why it is yes, if your project is having impact to the betterment of humanity, then it would really have an impact. But if it is just a normal project that you're doing for a client in the US, I don't think that will help you. That's a straightforward answer.
Thank you very much. There's
That's
another
really
question in the chat box. A participant asked a question. His name is, I think he's written iPhone. There's no name. So, hi, I would like to know IEEE award recognition is limited towards IEEE related contribution activities. A person who contributed towards society, nation, industrial contribution are eligible too.
Yeah, that's a good question, and I did cover that in my application. If you go back to my application, I had a specific point where I told roles and responsibilities outside of IEEE. And there is a reason for that as well. And if you have achieved something outside of IEEE, that has a credibility on your application. So those are also counted, but you need to contribute to IEEE as well. So if you contribute more outside and then come in and get an award here, that won't be possible if you ask me. But if you have contributed outside and if you want to bring in that here to the notice of the team, then that is appreciated.
Okay, Shwant. Okay, participant, thank you very much for joining. There's another question from Mr. Zaman. Uh, can I stand for the awards as I have different publications, but all are in non-IEEE? Can I nominate myself?
Can I stand for awards as I have different publication? Just with the publication, I don't think you can get the outstanding volunteer award, because it specifically says outstanding volunteer. You have to contribute if you are aiming for that. I don't think just by your publication you will get this award. When I say contribute, you need to contribute in organizing conferences, events, all the things. Yeah, thank you so much, Aishwarya. I really appreciate and kudos to you for bringing this to the Region 10 members. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you as well. Thank you.